Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to CCTV News.
Thank you very much, Timwei.
You are, of course, going on with the Canadian tradition of having very good relations with China. But tell me about this relation. Even though the countries are good trade partners with one another, the trade volume is still slow.
Indeed, there's a lot of work to do. I think the relationship, even though it's historically very strong, had fallen a little off the priority list over the past years, and I'm glad to bring it back because not just the economic opportunity. I mean, we signed a deal with AIIB for a brand new Canada Pavilion, which I hope is going to give access to the hundreds of millions of middle class in China great quality Canadian products, but also understanding that the ties that go beyond economics, people to people, tourism ties, the families that have family members on either side, the cultural ties. There is so much that we can draw on from each other, so much we can challenge ourselves with each other to grow and to improve that I'm excited about it.
Your country, Canada, has applied for AIIB. How does that work, and why did it become the first North American country?
Well, Canada has already a strong presence in building infrastructure in China, whether it's housing or nuclear plants or trains. Canada is building high-quality infrastructure in China, across Asia, around the world. So we come with a significant amount of expertise. But being able to join in this excellent initiative of the AIIB that China is leading on, that is going to create opportunities not just for citizens in China, but for citizens across Asia to get access to good infrastructure. I mean, we know investments in infrastructure create good jobs in the short term, but lead to productivity gains and growth in the long term, and that's something that's really important.
What do you think China and Canada can do together? And now you're joining the G20 summit. How would you judge whether the summit is a successful one or not?
Well, first of all, I think it's a great success that China is hosting the G20. When Canada was very involved in creating the G20 back in the 1990s, one of the reasons for the fact that we needed a G20 and not just a G7 and others was because we had to have China involved in the discussions around the global economy. So this is a great thing. And the fact that the priorities that President Xi has put forward around inclusive growth, around innovation, around investment in the future, around opportunities for everyone, these are things that are deeply important to Canada as well. So I'm very pleased that we're going to be able to amplify that message that you can't cut your way to growth. You have to believe in the future and invest in the future. You have to create the kind of world in which people will have chances to succeed. And what China has been able to do over the past few decades of lifting 700 million people out of poverty, of adding 300 million people to the global middle class, I mean, this is extraordinary. But there's always more work to do, and there's always challenges that come with that. And how we get together and share our solutions and challenge each other and grow through close relationships, well, that's what the world is supposed to have more of, and that's what the G20 is all about.
Mr. Prime Minister, it's such a pleasure to have you. All the best.
Thank you
so
very
much.
Appreciate it.